Hi, Shamia. It's April Biss. I am looking at your digital ads. Good job overall. I just wanted to give you some information that you can maybe take from this and push your ads further. I appreciate you naming your ads in the file name because I'm not quite sure which is which. What might help really with that is maybe placing this in a mock-up that looks like, for instance, this is the first ad you did was for Instagram. Maybe putting it in a mock-up that looks like Instagram, PSD mock-up, so that not only are you showing the ad, but you're also showing what's going along with the ad. Because, when you post to Instagram and other social media sites, it's not just the ad that's posted, it's also what's written in there. So for instance, if you put hashtags, you can see those hashtags in there. So for example, and I just kind of pulled this up, I have this website that's just showing some successful Instagram ads. You can see how they look different when they're placed into a mock-up of what they would really look like when they're posted. So you can see that in some of these, let me scroll this down. Some of these have hashtags, for example. So in your mock-up, you could show that with the hashtags, not necessarily in the ad itself. Okay, so just kind of an FYI with that. With this ad, I guess I'm gonna give you some feedback with the aesthetics. I like the picture. I think it's pretty cool. I think it goes really well with your message here. The only thing that I'm kind of like, kind of bothers me, and this is purely aesthetics, is that it's not fully the image itself of this woman and this man is not like centered. I would probably just center it if you can. You might have to crop it a little bit as far as like the image once you get in there, if there's not much on the left-hand side here. But just make sure they're both centered so it's kind of moved to the right, for example, about a ½ inch to an inch. And then what I would do is pull this copy down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. So it's not so big up here. There's more space in between the logo because it's just really crammed in here. And it's also competing with the logo itself. Make the logo about 30–40% smaller up here so that you gain more space there. Make the copy smaller. And then also how this is breaking, you have a widow at the end, which means it's only one word at the last sentence, and that's usually you try to avoid that. So what I always like to do is if you're putting like a headline on an ad like this, say it out loud, see how it breaks in your mind when you're saying it out loud. So for instance, say, this tax season, get your money fast. Well, there has to be a comma after season, right? So we'd put a comma there. This tax season, get your money fast. Okay, get your, and maybe money goes down here, fast is next to it. Kind of play around and see how you can break this in a way that makes sense. Maybe it's this tax and then season goes down below. Season, get your, and then money fast is at the end. It just might, break better. You don't have a widow there. Yeah, so that's what I would do. And then think about hashtags, like I said, in a mock-up variation that you can actually show in the mock-up itself, what you would post, how it would look. Think about hashtags that would tie into that, that would tie into your theme here. Same thing for your digital website banner. On this here, there we go. What I would do is show this in a mock-up as well so that you can see how this is being viewed. That way we have I have a better way of just kind of giving you some extra feedback. And also it's just nice to see it in the proper usage, in play of where it's going to be. Looks more realistic, looks more professional. I think that you have let's see here, tax and small business solutions, individual business. Okay. This is kind of what you're explaining, what your company or what this company does. I think I would probably put something like, we provide something like we were talking to somebody instead of just having like a headline, tax and small business solutions, almost like you're speaking to somebody. We provide business solutions for, you know, for your business. We provide tax, solutions for your business or something like that. And then I would probably say on the bottom here, because it's not really aligned real well, you have, this is all centered and then you just have the logo up here. I would probably make the logo a little smaller and center it down here. And then I would try to get all of these on one line, so you'd have individual and business taxes would be all one line. Sales and use tax all in one line. Business, all one line. And just have it going across here, aligned together instead of having it broken up like this. I think it might look a little more, it might be easier to follow. Maybe in that case too, where it cuts in half here, you could pull that more to the left so that more of the dark is over the information here. And then, it's just cutting maybe on this side where the logo is. Okay. So it kind of departmentalizes your stuff. Compartmentalize, I should say, not departmentalize. And then, that might also make it more tight and better and also easier to read when you're reading the smaller copy. All right. Well, I hope this helps. Make these revisions as you go forward.